The woman was cleaning up broken glass with a mop, but both of her hands were covered in cuts. Looking at her injured hands, an idea suddenly popped into her head. What if she invented a mop that could wring itself out automatically? That way, she wouldn't have to worry about getting cut by glass, and it would also save a ton of time on housework. That spark of creativity made her feel alive again. Without hesitation, she grabbed her daughter's markers and started sketching out the concept in her mind. Then, with help from some workers at a nearby auto repair shop, she successfully built the very first prototype of her magic mop. She proudly demonstrated it to her family. It could wring itself out without ever needing to touch it with your hands. Just the mop head alone used 91 meters of pure cotton thread, with absorbency far better than any mop on the market. It was convenient, efficient, and built to last. Truly, the perfect tool for any future housewife. To mass produce it, Joy turned to her dad's wealthy girlfriend for investment. She promised that her magic mop invention would definitely be a hit. But the woman told her that money came from her late husband, who worked 50 years to earn it. She wasn't about to throw away a single cent carelessly. So, the cautious woman hit Joy with 4 tough questions. Meanwhile, her sister Peggy kept putting her down. He had spent the last 10 years running their dad's auto shop, and now he had his own startup plans that also needed funding. But the wealthy woman only had eyes for Joy at the moment. Joy answered all 4 questions truthfully. The investor was impressed with her answers. She even thought Joy had real business potential. So, she agreed to fund Joy's idea on the spot. With the investment in hand, Joy partnered with a parts supplier that offered low prices. She also hired a large group of housewives and taught them, step by step, how to assemble the mop. Soon, the first batch of magic mops was nearly ready to ship. Then came an unexpected bill from the supplier. Turns out, the supplier had made a bunch of faulty molds in the early stages. Now they wanted Joy to cover the losses, but Joy insisted it was their mistake, not hers, and she refused to pay for their error. She hung up the phone right then and there. Now the real challenge was sales. Joy went door to door at department stores trying to pitch her mop, but every single store turned her down. Her mop was 4 times more expensive than regular ones. So, she tried selling them directly outside supermarkets. But before long, the police showed up. They kicked her out and even confiscated her mops. And just then, her ex-husband happened to pass by. He felt bad for her. Maybe he wasn't a great husband, but he was definitely a good friend. He suggested she try a different sales strategy. Turns out, he had a former coworker who worked at a TV station. The next day he brought Joy along and introduced her to the head of a home shopping program. As soon as Joy showed him the product, Nick was blown away by the concept. Before she could even finish explaining, Nick was already giving her a tour of their set. At the time, home shopping on TV was just becoming a big thing. The studio had a rotating stage with different themed rooms for each segment. At the moment, only 2 hosts were on air selling jewelry. After hyping up the product, they received over 20,000 calls in minutes. Joy was amazed and instantly felt more confident about her invention. Cut to Joy on live TV, demonstrating her self-wringing mop to the audience. As she showed off how it worked, the calls started flooding in. Her confidence grew with every order. Before long, she passed the 50,000 mark, and Nick saw a huge business opportunity in Joy. He decided to keep working with her. Sure enough, the second time Joy went on air, orders almost hit the 100,000 mark. Joy had finally made it, but just as things were going great, she got a phone call. The supplier was raising prices.